Good morning, everyone. It is day 34 out here. Beautiful, clear morning, and I had to show you this one. This is the privy they have here. Stylish, man, stylish. All right, yeah, you've seen enough, but I thought that was pretty cool. This is a very unique, original type privy. So, all right, we'll see y'all in a little bit. Good morning again, everybody. It is, I think, day 34 out here. Yeah, day 34. And I just left the shelter. Pretty cool shelter. I mean, at a great place for camping, up on top of a hill. So I got good breeze all night long, nice and cool. Probably around 4 o'clock yesterday, an older gentleman showed up named Ron. Just Ron. And no trail name, just Ron. And we spent the evening telling stories about the trail, and it's kind of neat. I enjoyed myself talking to him, and he indicated the same this morning after we chatted for a little while longer. And yeah, I got a late start because we were talking up a storm, and it was enjoyable. Don't have a big day, so or at least a long day. Don't know about how big yet. But anyway, so Ron, if you're your buddy is watching this, had a great time with you, and happy trails, buddy. Ron, I'll tell you a quick story about him. Ron was talking to me last night about some of my equipment. Ron uses some of the old style equipment. He doesn't have a heavy pack, but he has a lot of old material, old equipment, and so he's asking me a lot of questions about my tent and my sleeping system and my pack. And so he's on the last leg of his trail. He's been doing it for many years, and this is his last section, and he will have completed it. What's he going to do when he gets done? He's going to buy all new equipment and do it again. You can tell when somebody's got it in their blood. I do not have it in my blood like that. I love this trail, but I love this trail for different reasons. I think most of you know that I love this trail for the people I've met on this trail. And it's worth it to me. Do I want to finish? Do I want to stand on top of that sign at Katahdin? Hell yes. That's the competitive nature in me. But I think what keeps pushing me forward is the fact that I know I'm going to meet some incredible people on this trail that will be friends for life. I've already met a bunch of them last year and a couple already this year, and I'm looking forward to the next ones. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. All right, so today I don't have a big day planned. Yeah, I'm going right now. I plan on going 9 miles, and when you see the graph at the end of the video, the first half of that 9 miles is downhill, with a few little bumps and nothing major, and then the second half of the 9 miles is all uphill. Talking to Ron is hiking south. He just came through there yesterday. He said, "Yeah, it's uphill, but it's not." He said it's not steep. It's just long at 4 miles. 4 mile uphill I can live with, especially if it's not steep. If it's steep, man, like yesterday, oh my God. I mean, every one of those hills I had to stop dozens of times to rest, because it was just so straight uphill that, speaking of uphill, I got a little one here. But, and just those few steps going uphill, I can feel the sweat pipes turning on. It's going to be warm out here. Yesterday it got up to about 83, 84 degrees. Too hot. I don't like it that hot. I was very surprised the bugs didn't come out bigger than they did. They were manageable. We'll see how it goes today. But it's supposed to get up in the 80s again. I don't like the 80s. I think after that it's supposed to start raining. All right, got a little uphill here. I'm gonna get my trekking poles. I don't want to wear myself out too early in the morning, so be back in a bit. I get to this section of the trail, and man, the smell just overwhelms you. Look at this. It's either honeysuckle or some form of honeysuckle. Oh my God, it smells wonderful. It's just beautiful. All right, moving on. Got a little break in the trees. There you go. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Moving on. All right. Getting into the town of West Hartford in Vermont. Is it any wonder that they can't keep their trails clean? They can't keep the roads clean. This is so freaking dangerous. This is part of the AT trail, folks. And I mean, you are out in the freaking road. I just had a cop car that almost ran me over because there's no fucking room. Just, God almighty. This is just stupid. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. All right, so I've come 7.2 miles into the day. So I've only got 1.8 to go. It's mostly uphill. Although the guy that I camped with last night said it's pretty gradual uphill all day. It's not been a gradual uphill. Right now it's actually a gradual downhill. But the uphills that I've had have been fairly steep. Enough to the point where my butt is almost kicked. So we'll see how I feel when I get to camp. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so it's possible if it stays like this, I could get there before noon and make a decision whether or not I go on to Hanover. But I've tweaked my knee a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on there. I've done this before and I walked it off, but yeah, we'll see. Anyways, you do everything you can to make sure everything is taken care of back home before you go on a trip like this. And I did that. I took care of everything. I made sure all my utility bills were set on automatic pay, so I don't have to worry about any of that. I considered putting my mail on what we call a premium hold, where they would hold your mail, and then each week a clerk would come by and pick up all your mail and mail it to wherever you wanted it mailed to. Problem is that costs like $100 a month. I only get 15 first-class letters a month. It's not worth $100 a month. So I made arrangements with my neighbor, who's also taking care of my lawn, to pick up my mail every day, and she was just going to put it in my house on my table. Not a big deal. And she was doing that for the first month I was gone. And then out of the blue, I found out yesterday that I quit getting mail delivered to me about 2 weeks ago. Well, the first sign I had of it was when I got an email from Informed Delivery, the post office. They send you an email every day that tells you what mail you're going to get. Well, I noticed on one of the letters that it had a picture of that somebody had written A to Z on it. Well, A to Z in carrier talk means forward. You're sending that back to the plant to be forwarded. The problem is there is no forwarding for me. There just isn't one. And so what's going to happen is the carrier is going to get that back. He's going to see unable to forward, and he's going to return to sender, unable to forward. Which is what happened, at least to my car insurance mail. I got an email. Well, let me back up. When I saw that, I sent a text to my mail carrier saying, with a screenshot of that letter, saying what's going on. He said he would take care of it. Well, a couple days later, I get an email from my car insurance saying, hey, do you still live at this address? Your mail is being returned to us. And I'm like, oh, come on, man, this is crap. I don't have time to deal with this out here. I barely have phone service. Long story short, I have the phone number to my mail carrier. I called him up, texted back and forth, and we talked on the phone. And I'm like, what's going on, man? And he said that for whatever reason, not sure exactly what his reasoning is, he decided to stop delivering my mail and put it on hold in the office. Well, I didn't ask him to do that. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why he's doing that. But whatever he's done, it's caused enough confusion that some of the substitutes have been returning my mail. Not cool. Not cool at all. Here's the thing. I was a mail carrier in that office for 18 years. There's 3 reasons. Oh, shit. There's 3 reasons you don't deliver mail to an address. The first is the customer has put his mail on hold for whatever period of time, up to 30 days. I did not do that. Reason number 2 is you have a forwarding, an active forwarding. You forward the mail. Number 3, mail stacks up in the mailbox for a period of time. When I was running the route, I always gave it a what's the word I'm looking for? A certain amount of time, to the point where I knew that person was no longer there. I would check with neighbors. I would find out what's going on. And if the mail had sat there for, in my case, more than a month, then I pulled the mail. I'd leave a note in the mailbox that I'm placing your mail on a 10-day hold. And after 10 days, which is 2 working weeks, all right, I'm going to stop for just a minute while I get over this. All right, so reason number 3 is mail sat in somebody's box for an inordinate amount of time. And I had ways of determining that, depending on where people lived. And but anyways, well, that didn't happen. None of these 3 circumstances apply in this case. The carrier, whatever his reasoning, decided to stop delivering my mail and put it on some kind of a hold in the office. It simply makes no sense to me. For a month after I left, they were delivering mail to my mailbox. My neighbor was picking it up, and everything was perfect. And then somebody made a really stupid decision, which has now cost me. I don't know how much yet. You don't do that. First of all, it's a violation of the law. It's called delay of mail. It is a federal crime. The problem is, post office, there's really piss poor training. People, well, like in this case, kind of do whatever they feel like doing instead of following the rules. And now I'm the one that gets to pay. I'm curious today, my neighbor is going to contact me and let me know if the supposed mail that the carrier's been holding gets delivered to my mailbox. I know what I should have had delivered in the last 2 weeks because I get an email every day telling me what's going to be delivered that day. So by the end of the day today, I'll know how bad he screwed me up. But I did talk to him on the phone yesterday, and kind of tap danced around my questions. The reality is he screwed up. He knows he screwed up. All right, so I've gone 9 miles, got to the shelter. I felt pretty good, so I decided to move on. I've run into a couple of section hikers, and we chatted for a little bit, and I got rehydrated, and so I decided to just move on another 4 miles and get into Norwich, Vermont today. It's only 4 miles, 4 point something, no big deal. I can get there in 3 hours max. It's not even 1 o'clock yet, so I can get there in time to get into a hotel for the night and get my stinky butt cleaned up, because I stink, man. I mean, it's been it's been a miserable 4 days out here. Very hot. I'm sweaty. I've sweated pretty much nonstop for 4 days. The only time that I don't sweat is when I'm in my tent sleeping, when it gets down around 60 degrees. But so that's the deal. I'm gonna extend this day. I have to go from 9 to 13. I think it's 13.4 or something like that. No big deal. I'm going downhill. I think one of the section hikers that I met today is behind me. She's going pretty slow. It's her first day out on the trail, and she's got some knee issues, so I'm not sure how far she's going to go. There's another section hiker that left the shelter just before I did, and she's carrying a little day pack, so I'm not going to catch her. But yeah, so moving on down the road. All right, I'll get back on here if I see something exciting. Or maybe I'll just let you guys watch the trail for a little bit, and I'll shut my mouth. The other problem back at that shelter that I wasn't real keen on is that there was no flowing water. There's a little stream, but what is this? I don't know what this is. Hang on a second, I'm confused. I don't know where I'm going here. That's a blue blaze, and that's not what I want. Hang on. Okay, all right. Yeah, I had to, there was no signs there that really told you that AT turned, so I had to guess, and guess correct. All right, back on the white blazes. That's how easy, man. That's how easy you can get turned around on this trail, especially when you got piss poor signage and piss poor trail markings like they do here in Vermont. So anyways, I need to quit beating up on Vermont. When I stop in Norwich today, all I got to do tomorrow is cross the bridge, and I'm out of Vermont. So let's, I'm going to have a beer tonight and drink to New Hampshire and better trails. Ooh, I get a beer tonight. Cheeseburger. Oh yeah. Oh, that's motivation to get going. That's what I'm talking about. Big old greasy cheeseburger and a big old ice cold beer. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna put this down so I can get my trekking poles out and start to haul some butt. I've got motivation now, so see you in a bit. All right, a little over, probably 11.4, 11.5 into the day. Come upon this little clearing. Ninja, just for you, buddy. There's a medium-sized kaboom. Not as big as they are down south. They're kind of puny up here. Woo! It's been a long day, folks. Less than 2 miles to get into the town of Norwich now. So it should be, from this point on, it should be pretty much all downhill. All right, I'm curious. What does the sign say? Trail crossing. Okay. Wow. Interesting. Vermont can't put signs on the fucking trail. Yet they're going to put a trail crossing sign where power poles are. You gotta love them, man. You just gotta love them. Hey, everybody. I have made it to Norwich, Vermont. I keep wanting to say Norwich, Connecticut, because that's something, I went to school in Norwich, Connecticut years ago. But Norwich, Vermont, right on the border between Vermont and New Hampshire. Tomorrow I'll cross the bridge and be in New Hampshire. The place where I'm staying tonight, very expensive. You don't get what you pay for. It's called the Norwich Inn. And I mean, it's a beautiful old house. I'm up on the 3rd story. My room is nice. No question about that. I got a big 4-poster bed, big king size bed, but you know, this room is really nothing special. There's a decent bathroom, which, don't get me wrong, I love a decent bathroom. It's got a bathtub and shower, which I soaked in the bathtub today to clean my muddy feet. And then I took a nice warm shower, and I'm nice and clean, and I don't stink anymore. So life is good on that part. But it's not worth what I'm paying for it. I'm paying over $200 a night for this place, and trust me, I could get the same thing in a Super 8. And Super 8 would also have a refrigerator in the room. So the other part that's disappointing is that Monday nights, their restaurant is closed. What the hell? That makes no sense. That just makes no sense. So they're trying real hard to get me to stay here again tomorrow night. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cross the bridge and find another very expensive hotel on the other side in New Hampshire that's going to have all the amenities that I'm looking for. So anyways, I mean, it's a nice place to stay, but it's not worth the 200 plus bucks a night to stay here. So I won't do that. They don't even have a laundry here. So I'm going to have to leave here tomorrow. Well, you know what? I'm probably going to take advantage of their shuttle service and let them take me to a laundromat so I can do my laundry and get that taken care of before I go over to Hanover, New Hampshire. And yeah, so I'm just going to hang out here the rest of the night and yeah, and just rest. I wasn't really planning on taking the 0 tomorrow, but my body's kind of beat up a little bit. I'm gonna show you some things. If you get grossed out pretty easily, you probably don't want to watch this. But I mean, it's not horrible. But I'm gonna show you under my arm, and I don't know how well you can see that. But let me get my hair out of the way. I've got some serious bruising going on under there, and not quite as bad, but a little bit more on the other side. And it's coming from my shoulder strap on my pack. I don't know why it's doing that. At no point in my hike last year did it do that. So I don't know if maybe I've got it too tight or I don't know. I'll have to figure it out. But I still have some blistering up here on my shoulder. And so I need to give that another day to heal. I'd originally put some padding on that one and tape that down, and it did really well. But today I did not do that, and by the end of the day, I mean, it was 80 plus degrees. I was hot. I was sweating profusely, and it kind of re-aggravated that a little bit. So I've got some chafing in some other parts of my body that we're not going to discuss, on a video. I think I'm going to take a day tomorrow and see if I can't get some of that stuff to heal, and get ready to go out again. Coming up, I don't know when. I just haven't looked that far ahead, but I'm getting to the White Mountains, and the White Mountains are they're tough, they're scary, they're sketchy, they're dangerous, they're a lot of things, and I need to take a day and kind of sit down and take a hard look at that, get a game plan on how I'm going to deal with those. You'll see, it's going to be it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun, but it's also going to be dangerous. So I need to be fully prepared. I need to be completely healthy with my body, and so I'll do whatever I need to do to make that happen. I'm not opposed to sitting someplace for a day or two or three or four, whatever I need to do to make it work. So tomorrow I go into my 13th of 14 states. So I've got 2 states left to do. I think there's like 160 miles, thanks Deb, about 160 miles in New Hampshire. And after that, the rest is in Maine. So yeah, I'm getting excited. I'm getting close. Life is good, man. Life is good. Spent a little bit of time on the phone today with a buddy. I'll tell you more about that here in the next few days. But I enjoyed talking to him. And yeah, so anyways, I'll leave it at that. I'll let you know in the next few days what's going on with that. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Nothing to do with me. And but anyways, all right, I'm done. I'm going to finish this off and get this video uploaded so that you guys have something to watch over the next few days. So, all right, man, we'll talk to you later.